and I'll move on. So I'll just tell you how to play. So first of all, I'll be presenting a character on screen, and with that character there'll be certain facts about the given character, and each family will have to try guess which facts are correct and which ones are not. So basically you'll be working with your brothers and sisters. This is not independent. So you'll have to select the matching facts, and you'll have to write them down. For example, you can write the name of the character. So this example is Jesus, and you can put 2, 4, 5, 7, 10, whatever numbers you think are correct. So there are a few rules. So you have to write with a pen on a piece of paper, a notepad, or a book. You can't use a pencil because you shouldn't be rubbing out your answers, and anyone might cheat once they find out the right answers. So you're not allowed to cross out any words, or if you do, you'll gain no points for that round. Okay, so is everyone ready? If you could just give it a thumbs up, or is everyone ready? Okay, so I'm going to start. So the first character is David. So here are the following facts. He was Ruth and Boaz's great-grandson. He died at the age of 72. David is an important figure in Islam as one of the major prophets sent by God to guide the Israelites. David reigned for 70 years in one of the highest and most prosperous periods in Israel's history, called by many the Golden Age of Israel. He had at least 8 wives. David killed Goliath with 5 stones and hurled from his sling. Before he died, he chose his eldest son, Adonijah, to be his successor, followed by Solomon. Because of David's excellent fighting skills, King Saul appoints David in a high rank in the army. He brings the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem, intending to build a temple for God. David committed a grave sin. Prophet Samuel rebuked David for his sin. After this, he wrote Psalms 51. So I'll just give a short amount of time for all of you to work out which ones are right and which ones are wrong. So has everyone chosen their 5 answers, or if there's less, then less? You only have to write the numbers, okay? You don't have to write the whole script. You can just write the numbers. So if you could give a thumbs up, that'd be great. Has everyone written them? I can only see a thumbs up from Edna, so I'll just wait. And Sharon on D, so I'll just wait a bit. Okay, just waiting a few more seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to continue now, just because I think most people are done. If you don't have the chance, then please let me know. So, is there anyone who's not done? Okay, I'll move on then. So, the next one is Paul. Alright. So, I'll read out the facts. So, number 1, he was a tent maker. Number 2, in 1 Corinthians is the longest book written by him. Number 3, he was a practical teacher and writer. Number 4, Paul was specifically chosen and sent as a witness to the Jewish people. Number 5, he died in Tarsus. Number 6, he influenced Martin Luther. Number 7, he encountered an assassination attempt. Number 8, Paul's family had a history of religious piety. Number 9, As he was traveling to Damascus to pursue his persecutions, he was struck blind by a light from heaven, and he dedicated himself to building up the Lord's kingdom. And number 10, the smallest book written by Paul is Titus. Okay, so I'm just going to give a bit more time for this one. Again, like I said, you don't have to write the whole fact, just the number with Paul's name. And you can give a thumbs up once you're done. Some people are very quick at this, I'd just like to say that. Some people are already done. Alright, I'll just give a bit more time. Again, if you are a bit stuck, you can always ask your brothers and sisters since you're working together with them. So, just give a bit more time because most people are done. So, I'll just give a bit more time for the few. Okay, and I'll move on. Okay, so the next one is John the Baptist. So, John the Baptist, the first fact is that it was believed that he was born around 6 months before Jesus. Number 2, it is commonly believed that John was a second cousin to Jesus. Number 3, he was born in Jericho. Number 4, John lived in the desert until the beginning of his ministry. Number 5, the name John was given to him by his parents. Number 6, he was a Jewish itinerant preacher in the early 1st century AD. Number 7, Jewish people declared that no man greater than John the Baptist had been born a woman. Number 8, John is also identified as the spiritual successor of the prophet Elijah. Number 9, he came to reconcile the Jewish to Jesus, the Lamb of God. Number 10, John had an inner circle of disciples. Baptism was an admission rite in his group. So I'll give a bit more time. Okay. I think everyone's done, so I'm going to move on to the next slide. So Daniel. So Daniel is from David's royal family. That's the first fact. Number 2, he gains notoriety from understanding dreams in his youth, and he is the person who can interpret every dream. Number 3, Daniel's righteousness is a legendary status. Number 4, Daniel was once visited by God's archangel. Number 5, King Nebuchadnezzar appoints Daniel to high authority. Number 6, Daniel is a government official under 4 kings. Number 7, Daniel was a skilled negotiator. Number 8, he was taken into captivity by Nebuchadnezzar I of Babylon and serves the king and his successors. In the 3rd year of Belshazzar, Daniel has a series of visions. Number 10, Daniel was an expat. So I'll just give a bit more time. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide. Oh, actually, I'll wait a bit because some people are still writing. So just take your time. Again, you can put a thumbs up when you're done. Okay, so we're going to do one more and then we'll be done. Okay, so hopefully everyone's ready. So I'll just move on to the next slide now. So there's the last one, Noah. Okay, so number 1, Noah was a farmer. Okay, number 2, it took over 100 years to build the ark. Number 3, the ark was about 450 feet by 75 feet by 45 feet. At the time of the ark went off on its journey, Noah was 500 years old. Number 5, Noah lived to be 960 years old. Number 6, Noah and his family were stuck on the ark for 1 year and 10 days. Number 7, Noah is a 12th generation descendant of Adam. Number 8, he had kids when he was 300 years old. Number 9, Methuselah, the oldest person in the Bible, at 969 years old, is Noah's grandpa. Number 10, because of Shem didn't help Noah, Noah cursed him to be a slave to Ham and Japheth. So I'll just give some more time so that you guys can write down the numbers. Okay, so I'm actually going to reveal the answers now. So let me just stop my share. And let me just share the answers. Hang on. It would be a moment or two. Okay, there you go. So now I'm going to present the answers, and I'll ask each family to hold up. Whoops! I'll ask each family to hold up their sheets of paper in front of the camera. Hopefully, I'll be able to see them, and if they're right, yeah, that'll be good. So David. So the correct numbers were 1, 3, 5, 8, and 9. Okay. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, then you can always ask me. So if you did put 2, 4, 6, 7, and 10, then there are answers. So I'll just go on to the next one. So for Paul, the correct numbers are 1, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Again, if you have any doubts, you can just ask at the end. Okay, so I'll just say the answers real quickly if you didn't hear the numbers. So he was a tent maker, he was a practical teacher and writer, he influenced Martin Luther, he encountered an assassination attempt, Paul's family had a history of religious piety. Okay, so John the Baptist, the correct numbers were 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So I'll just read out the answers. It is believed that he was born around 6 months before Jesus was. It is commonly believed that John was a second cousin to Jesus. John lived in the desert until the beginning of his ministry. He was a Jewish itinerant, a preacher in the early 1st century AD. John is also identified as a spiritual successor of Elijah. So Daniel, the correct numbers, are 1, 3, 6, 7, and 10. Okay? And I'll just read them out really quickly. Daniel is from David's royal family, and Daniel's righteousness is a legendary status. Daniel is a government official under 4 kings. Daniel was a skilled negotiator, and Daniel was an expat. Now for Noah, the correct numbers were 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. So Noah was a farmer. It took over 100 years to build the ark. The ark was about 450 feet by 75 feet by 45 feet. Noah and his family were stuck on the ark for 1 year and 10 days. Methuselah, the oldest person in the Bible, at 969 years old, is Noah's grandfather. Okay, so that is the correct answers. So has anyone got all of them correct? So I don't think anyone has. That's okay though, that's okay. So I'll just check for anyone. Has anyone got Noah, all of David correct? Has anyone got all of David correct? I don't think so. So has anyone got all of Paul correct? I don't think anyone has either. So has anyone got all of John the Baptist correct? I don't think so. Okay, so has anyone got all of Daniel correct? Okay, so has anyone got all of Noah correct? Okay, that's fine. Well done. So I hope all of you have done really well, and you all did great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.